Ni hao, hello, and a very warm welcome to the Dragon Gymnasium here in Hangzhou. It's the GAC Group 2012 World Tour Grand Finals. It's the culmination of all the events during the calendar year. 15 World Tours in total have been around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the showdown this weekend in Hangzhou. This is day 4 of competition. And on screen is a lineup that we have for you this afternoon here. It's just local time here in Hangzhou, 1 o'clock. And there is the lineup. We'll be starting with women's doubles semi-final number 1, followed by men's singles semi-final number 1, an all Chinese affair there. The second doubles semi-final in the women's, and then the men's singles semi-final. And obviously then into the late afternoon we will have both finals, the last 2 finals here in Hangzhou. We've already had confirmation of 4 of the events here, 4 winners with 2 outstanding, and we're about to get underway to find out who will be proceeding to the final of the women's doubles. Players and officials being introduced to the crowd here. There you have it, formalities, introductions complete, the players shake hands, and just to confirm the lineup in the first women's doubles semi-final, FENG Tianwei and Mengyu of Singapore taking on JIANG, Huajun-LEE, Ching of Hong Kong, China. FENG and Yu, number 8 seeds here. For the doubles, the qualification process is such that 8 pairings compete at the grand finals. Slightly different in the men's and women's singles, where 20 players make up the list for the grand finals, but in the under-21 men's and women's singles and in the men's and women's doubles there are just 8 competitors. So 8 pairings in the women's doubles started earlier on this weekend. Number 8 seeds then, FENG and Yu, they actually beat the number 1 seeds from Japan, Hiroko Fuji and Masako Wakamiya, 4-2 in the quarterfinals, so a little bit of an upset. The Singaporean players playing at the top of their game here in Hangzhou. And on the other side then of this women's doubles semi-final, JIANG, Huajun and Li Ching are the 3rd seeds from Hong Kong, China. And in their quarterfinal match, they beat the German pair of Christine Silbereisen and Wu Jiaidu, who's actually originally from Hangzhou, but is now a German citizen. That was 4-0, so a brief trip to China for the German pair this time. And there is the pairing from Singapore in purple, FENG Tianwei and Mengyu. FENG Tianwei had a good run in the singles here too. She missed out in the semi-final to the eventual winner, Liu Xiwen of China. That was an absolute cracking match here. It was 4-3 eventually to Liu Xiwen. Liu Xiwen actually won the first 3 games. FENG Tianwei unbelievably battled back to 3-all, winning 3 games in a row. But it wasn't to be for the Singaporean. Liu Xiwen running out victorious 4-3 and then won the final last night here against Ding Meng. So first women's doubles semi-final. In purple on the near side, the pairing from Singapore, and on the far side in the black and red t-shirt, the pairing from Hong Kong, China. 4 right-handed players in this semi-final. Always interesting to see the combinations, right-handed, left-handed, 2 right-handed, 2 left-handed. Always a debate whether there's an advantage to have a combination left and right. I think it's just a matter of whether the 2 players can gel together, understand each other, move well, around each other on court. And obviously support each other through thick and thin, like the good double pairings do. So 2-minute warm-up, and then the action will begin. Who will be the first pairing to book their place in the final, which will take place later on this afternoon? Will it be Singapore, or will it be Hong Kong, China? We'll see the other pairings later on in the second semi-final. Pairing from the Republic of Korea and a pairing from Chinese Taipei. So 4 different countries in the semi-final here. No Chinese pairings here in either the men's or women's doubles. Maybe a little bit surprising to some. If you look at the World Tour events around the world, they were successful in winning many of those Opens, those World Tour events, the Chinese players, but they changed the pairings throughout the season, throughout the calendar year. Something that may be a little bit more usual in an Olympic year as teams try to define their strongest team. They do, of course, send their strongest teams to these World Tour events most of the time. Sometimes, obviously, it's an opportunity to send the younger players as well. But the qualification criteria here for the doubles is that a partnership has to play a minimum of 4 tournaments. So my guess would be that many of those Chinese pairings may not have played that number of tournaments as a set partnership. But nevertheless, it won't take away from the fact that the table tennis here has been of the highest level in both doubles and singles. And we're underway here in the first women's doubles semi-final. Well back by the pair from Hong Kong, China. It looked as if Singapore had opened up an opportunity there, but came back strongly. Feng Tianwei just unable to control that backhand. Signal just being given there by the receiver. Just to let the partner know what she's intending to do. Equally, the server side doing the same. So service with Lee, Ho Ching. Slow start a little bit there from the Singaporeans, just taking a bit to get into the game, move freely. Good topspin there from Mengyu. Good snatchy there from Lee. The slow topspin from Feng Tianwei. Didn't land too deep on the side of Lee, but she missed it nonetheless. Nice parallel topspin here from Feng Tianwei. There you go. Always a good shot in doubles is the parallel topspin, either on the forehand or the backhand side. Again, an error from Lee Ho Ching. Who want to reduce the number of errors here. Nice flick from Lee. Something a lot of players are doing these days in the modern game. Flicking with the backhand on the receive. So a close opening game here. Who will have the nerve to see it through? Always nice to win the first game of any match. Settle the nerves, increase the confidence. Always a support for FENG Tianwei in China. She's a popular figure not only here but around the world. Oh, Lee did well to retrieve that one off the net, but the follow-up was too strong for JIANG Huajun. And it's the Singaporean pair who have the first game point here in this match. Oh, nice backhand topspin once again from Mengyu. Very smooth technique. Just see it here again. Bats in front of her all the time. High as well. Enables her to take the ball early. Very rarely do you see the bat going below the table from certainly these four players who play nice and close to the table, but almost across the modern game now. So Singapore secure game 1, 11 points to 9. There's the backhand flick that's so common now. So 1-0, FENG Tianwei, Mengyu. And for the second game, service will indeed be with the Singaporean pair. And it's Mengyu who will get us underway. There's the backhand flick once again. Lee's done that a number of times already. Proving effective. Always important for the receiver to vary where they put the ball, of course. The team member coming in behind the serve will only get used to where the receiver is putting it if the receiver puts it to the same place. So sometimes short, sometimes long, sometimes push, sometimes flick, always varying. And of course, trying to wait to see if the long serve comes or a serve drifts indeed long, enabling the receiver to play a much more aggressive topspin. But all four of these players so far preferring to serve short, which again is quite normal in doubles, and particularly at the beginning of a match. Only when you need to vary it slightly, perhaps at key moments, might you go for a longer, faster serve. Oh, it's good from those players from Hong Kong, China, particularly their JIANG Huajun on the backhand, very strong over the table. Punches it for the winner. Oh, it's great stuff again from JIANG Huajun. She flicked from the outset against the service, created the opening. There it is. Good follow-up from Lee, nice flowing backhand, and that's just great reactions from her teammate, Jiang Huajun. Nice cross-court forehand winner. Just a little bit passive, that backhand topspin from Mengyu. Needed to be a little bit faster or a little bit longer. It was neither. It was reasonably slow. It was mid-table. Quite easy for Lee to accelerate on. It's well backed by Singaporean pair. Hong Kong-China pair, quite aggressive now on the receive, and a nice backhand punch from Jiang Huajun. Just not able to convert the point on this occasion, but it's positive stuff from the pair from Hong Kong-China. Oh, was a nice backhand topspin again from Feng Tianwei. Beautifully picked up though from Jiang Huajun. Cross court again, another winner. Very compact technique, Jiang Huajun, particularly on that forehand counter topspin over the table. Takes the ball really early. It's great top spinning by both Feng Tianwei and Mengyu of Singapore. Feng Tianwei did well just to pick up the serve that just drifted slightly, and that set up the rally and the opportunity for the Singaporeans to continue to topspin and impose pressure. Oh, good flick from Mengyu there. Very, very positive. Coming back into this now, the Singaporeans, Jiang and Lee, will want to be a little bit more positive. Oh, and an early timeout called. Jiang Huajun just signaling there to her teammate Lee Ho-Ching. Let's take timeout. Both pairs will have one timeout each in the match. And like in this situation, usually timeout used in a moment when you just maybe lose concentration, lose momentum, maybe lose a number of points in a row. Opportunity just to settle down, but also to break the momentum of your opponents. And in this case, at 7-6, a couple of points in a row lost by Jiang and Lee, so they feel that opportunity just to relax, regroup, break the momentum of the Singaporean opponents, and get back on track. Second game key for the Hong Kong-China pairing. Much better to get back to 1-all rather than go 2-0 behind. It's a long way, of course, best of 7. So first doubles pairing to secure 4 games will be victorious and move into the final. So Feng Tianwei with a serve. Oh, it's unlucky from Jiang there. Not much in it. Fine line. But at the moment, errors are creeping in. So Jiang with a serve, Feng Tianwei and Mengyu back at 7-all, and with that beautiful cross-court shot from Feng Tianwei, they're now in the lead in the second game. First one was 11-9, this one equally as close. It's Jiang serving at 7-8. Did well there. Feng Tianwei played a lovely backhand parallel. Again, those parallel balls creating the opportunity. But Mengyu couldn't convert there with the forehand. And it's she who serves now at 8-all. Great backhand there from Huajun. And then perhaps another reason why the Singaporean pair are playing parallel. Not only does it create opportunities, but also with Jiang Huajun with the backhand, being able to punch with the pimple surface there. It's more difficult maybe for the Singaporean pair to generate a rhythm. So by top spinning into the smooth surfaced rubber of Jiang Huajun's forehand, it keeps the rally and the ball flowing a little bit more and allows the Singaporean pair to maybe flow a little bit better on the top spins. That one just creeps over the net from the Hong Kong China players, and they now have game point. And Lee serving at 10-9. Oh, it's a great shot from Feng Tianwei. Accelerated through in the backhand block. Oh, good stuff. Battling rally there. And Mengyu now have a game point of their own. They're on the receive. Jiang to serve. Consideration there of what spin they're going to impart, what serve they want to play. Service agreed. Jiang to execute. Clips the net, it goes off, and so 12-10 for Mengyu, and they take a 2-0 lead. A little bit of Celtic music playing in the break this time. Remind me of my Irish and Northern Irish roots. So 2-0, early lead for Feng Tianwei and Mengyu. Best of 7, of course. So first to 4, and they're off to a flyer, 2-0. Not that they'll be complacent, of course. We've seen players here in this arena this weekend lead even 3-0 and be pegged back. So they'll want to keep focus, keep momentum. Perhaps they're a little bit lucky in that second game to get back in the way they did. Tactically, I think they will look to vary that topspin down the line. And of course, cross court, but that has been a defining factor. The down the line topspin, we'll watch it again. This time it'll be Mengyu who will topspin to Jiang Huajun. So we'll see if Yu prefers to go to Jiang's forehand as Feng Tianwei did. There we go, there's the flick out the Jiang forehand. Wonderful flick. Obviously read the serve very well, knew that there wasn't huge amounts of backspin on it, knew she could drill through it. And Mengyu certainly did that, and she'll now serve at 2-0. For the pairing from Hong Kong China, a little bit unlucky in the second game. They'd want to just remove and reduce the errors that they've made so far, but tactically staying closer to the table, trying to hit the ball with a nice crisp block and drive to put pressure on the Singaporean pair, I think will be the order of the day for them. That by staying close and putting pressure on Feng and Yu, they have the opportunity to secure points just like that one. Oh, it's a good rally. In that case, Lee and Huan just a little bit away from the table. Couldn't quite keep the pressure on the Singaporean pair. quite equal to the crashing backhand there from JIANG. Huajun recovered to play it down the line. Great shot. If you do play doubles and you don't do it at the moment, it's worth considering just trying to create a number of signals with your partner. The key to table tennis, of course, is understanding your own style and your own strengths and designing the sequences of points that you want to play more often than not, the points that play to your strengths and your style. And if you work that out, then in doubles you can control a little bit the nature of play and the routines and the rallies that come out when you have the service. You can decide to go backspin serve, and certainly if it's short, more times than not the return will be short. If it's a topspin serve, then more than often it'll be a flick that comes back to you. And so on each occasion, your partner, who will play the third ball, will know exactly what type of ball is more likely to come back to them than not. So if you play a backspin serve, they'll get ready to either go short in the main or receive a long push ball, in which case they'll want to topspin against that push. And it would be a different scenario against a topspin serve. So worth working out with your partner when you play your league matches and your tournaments. So JIANG serving at 5-7. And yet again, more mistakes, and Lee just flicks the ball to the side. She's disappointed with that error, and by flicking it to the side just gives herself an extra 3 or 4 seconds just to reflect and come back into this. That's good play. It's a bit reckless from Mengyu. 8-5 to 8-7. Will not want this one to slip. A pair from Singapore. They're looking for, and not surprising. Key moments, they decide to take their time out. Leading 2-0 in games, we're leading 8-5. 2 quick points, and particularly that last one a little bit rushed from Mengyu, and there's the coach perhaps just saying relax, spin it on the first one, no need to rush it. So time out, just a chance to talk about these things. Break the momentum of JIANG and Lee. But still advantage Singapore here, 2-0, 8-7. The first of 6 matches here this afternoon. 2 semi-finals in the women's doubles, 2 semi-finals in the men's singles. And of course, after each, the final for both events. So FENG Tianwei with the second of her 2 serves in this sequence, serving at 8-7 and plays the counter topspin close to the table. It wasn't a bad ball from JIANG Huajun. It went into the middle of the table, into the crossover point of FENG Tianwei, but she was equal to it, managed to move her body slightly to the side and played a strong counter topspin. So that's what they would have wanted exactly after the timeout, the Singaporean pair. Backhand mistake from Mengyu. Not out of the woods here yet. Not plain sailing, 8-9. Oh, and you just see the ability of JIANG Huajun on the block. Again, Singaporean pair preferring to go to her forehand to the smooth surface so that it comes back in a more regular fashion, the ball, enabling them to follow up the Singaporeans with more free-flowing topspins, and that's what happened, and that's what secured the point. And now they lead 10-8, and they have 2 game points, and they win on the first one with a float service. A float service, no spin, no backspin. Jiang Huajun, perhaps thinking there was backspin and it went to lift it a little bit more than was needed. She hits the table, perhaps disappointed with herself, and so the timeout for the Singaporean pair at 8-7 seemed to have done the trick. They secure game 3, 11-8. One more game to claim victory here in the semi-final and move into this afternoon's final. However, let's not get too excited. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. As I say, we've seen some comebacks here this weekend in Hangzhou, and who's to say that it isn't to happen again? Jiang and Lee more than capable of coming back, and what the Singapore pair will want to do is stay solid, not make those backhand mistakes as we're starting to creep in the last game, and see this match through. Once again, lots of jayos from the crowd, encouraging the players. And it's Mengyu to serve first and get us underway in fourth game. Good top spinning from Tianwei. Great technique. Great to watch from Tianwei. Tianwei currently ranked 6th in the world in the women's singles. Mengyu, her partner in this event, ranked in the singles in the world at number 30. Jiang Huajun, number 20 in the world. And Ching, number 55. So in terms of singles, the Singaporean pair more highly ranked as a pairing together. However, we know in table tennis it's not always the combination of the singles capabilities that make the difference. If a pairing can gel well together, they can take on the best in the world. So Jiang and Lee in a good position at the moment in this fourth game, leading 6-3. Oh, the door was open. The space was there, and the Singaporeans are laughing a little bit. They're just relieved that that block didn't go on the table. What a shot from Feng Tianwei. She sort of flapped it down. It came across so quickly from Li Ho-ching. It was all that Feng Tianwei could do. But Jiang just couldn't convert the backhand cross court. Oh, it's a spinny opening this time from Mengyu, and the coach applauding. We saw him in the break between the last two games, just telling the players to relax, play backhand topspin nice and smoothly. He also was saying in the timeout at 8-7 in the last game. And Mengyu now executing exactly those instructions And it's a run of points for FENG and Mengyu, and they're back at 6-all here. Oh, good topspin from Lee. Strong. Too much for Tianwei to control this time. So 7-all. Service with JIANG. Good topspin from Lee. Made a couple of those now, keeping the pressure on Tianwei, the highest ranked of these 4 players in singles. All service with Yu. Oh, Yu's done well there on both occasions. Tianwei's topspin into Jiang Huajun's pimple rubbered backhand, and on both occasions you can see the technique she's deploying there. Yu, she's having to lift it a little bit more because of the way in which the ball comes back off the pimple service from Jiang Huajun. She's done well there. That's a point well earned. 9-8, they're closing in here on a 4-0 victory, the Singaporeans. Nice flick from Lee, and it gives them the initiative. Jiang following up with that backhand once again. This time mistake from Yu. Tianwei flicked the service. Oh, she went for the touch. She misread the amount of backspin that was on it from Lee. Good serve. It's 10-9's game point to bring one back. It's a good long dig there, push from Mengyu. Just too much for Lee Ho-Ching to lift on the backhand. And so 10-all service back with Tianwei of Singapore. Oh, well done this time, Lee. She controlled the block much better. So second game point. Hong Kong, China. Oh, aggressive in the rally. 12-10 for JIANG and Lee. Sorry, 13-11. No, the screens were wrong here, and it was indeed 12-10. So they pull one back. It's now 3-1 for the Singapore pairing. Good end of that game for JIANG and Lee. A little bit more aggressive there, opening up, putting pressure on the Singaporean pair. Something they'll want to take forward throughout the remainder of this match. FENG and Yu of Singapore, of course, just need one more game to progress to the final. So what will the coach be saying to Yu and FENG now? I I think they'll now go back to playing again to Jiang's forehand. I think a couple of times they played into Jiang's backhand. Started to give a little bit more initiative back to the Hong Kong-China pairing when Jiang can crash the backhand drive of the pimples that she has. As for the pair from Hong Kong-China, again, good ending to the last game. That's how they want to start. Just like that, Lee again, good spinny forehands and backhands that she played in the last game, and that's another good forehand. There's an example where the signal from the server is very useful. So Jiang Huajun on that occasion going for the reverse topspin serve. So Lee Ho Ching ready for the flick, which did come from FENG Tianwei, but she was ready. She was able to move across the forehand and take the ball at the top of the bounce, and as a result won the point. It's a great start here from Jiang and Lee. Exactly what the doctor ordered. That's a big spinny ball there from Mengyu into the pimple rubber of Jiang's. Just couldn't control it. And that's a good tactic to deploy if she is going to play into those pimples. Make sure she plays spinny, make sure she plays long on the table. Otherwise, if it's short or sometimes too quick, then it's easy for the pimple player, in this case Jiang, to crash through and put the pressure back. Back to 3-all, bit of breathing space now for FENG and Yu. Oh, great top spins by both Yu and FENG. It was Yu that stayed close to the table again, took the ball off the bounce. FENG playing a little bit more off the table. Smooth, free-flowing forehand, lovely. Ah, oh, good forehand again from Yu. She's up to game here slightly in game 5. So 6-4, and with 2 services to come, leading 3-1. This is a strong position for FENG Tianwei and Mengyu. The net that sort of changed the pattern of play in that rally. Did well, FENG Tianwei. It's a great big heavy topspin from Lee. Too much for Yu. Block to the middle of the table. Jiang unable to move out of the way, get her body in a good position to play a full shot, and as a result lobs it off. 5-7 service with Lee. Oh, sorry is the call. Apology given. I'm sure apology accepted. That's a crucial point at 5-7 to make it 5-8. Stroke of fortune. Just pushes that one off. Good service variation from Lee. That was the float or no spin service. So it's not over yet, but Yu with the serve at 8-6 against Jiang. What's she going to do in the receive? Is she going to flick and be aggressive? She is. Oh, once again. Yes, Yu played into Jiang's backhand, but it wasn't just as easy for Jiang. It was out to the left-hand side from where she was moving from. So not just as simple for her to play the fast driving backhand that we're used to seeing. The spin, taking it off the table. Unlike that one was to her body. Great play here. Oh, it's a key point. It's 10-6 and 4 match points for Feng and Yu, and their opportunity to go through to this afternoon's final here of the women's doubles of the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals. Oh, it's a big flick from Lee. Saves one of the 4 match points. Can they save more? Oh, great rally. Could have gone either way. So 2 of the 4 match points saved by Jiang and Lee. Can they save another 2? Oh, Feng Tianwei guides that counter topspin parallel. Had she played it cross court, Lee may have had the opportunity to accelerate. We'll see it here again. Feng Tianwei somehow guides that one down the line. Difficult shot against the Jiang topspin. She does it effectively well, though, the world number 6 in singles. And it's a shot that's too strong for Li Ho-Ching, and confirmation there of the 5th game, 11 points to 8. And that's 4-1, the victory for Feng Tianwei and Mengyu of Singapore. They take their place in this afternoon's final. Who will they play? Well, we'll find out later on. The second women's doubles semi-final will be contested by Lee Yun-hee and Park Young-suk of the Republic of Korea, and Cheng Yi-ching and Huang Yihua of Chinese Taipei. But next up for us, it'll be the first men's singles semi-final.